welcome back to the Inner Circle. I'm finally alive and back and kicking. I'm Brendan Wright.
I'm Tyler Phillips.
I'm Lawrence Algie.
And this week we saw Hardcore Henry, a movie completely from the first person perspective that came out in 2015 and stars who knows what, because I never got to look at his face except for that one scene.
Dude, I love that actor. He's so amazing. He's so beautiful.
What's
in
his
this
name?
movie. Doesn't matter.
What's his name?
But no, like seriously, he did first person the whole time, and I mean, there really isn't any acting for him. But I can tell you one thing: his parkour skills are A1. Like,
do we know that that's him doing his parkour skills, or did they hire a cyborg, or did they hire a cyborg?
Brandon, you're the research guy. You should do that.
Is research IMDb? Is that how low reviewers have come? Is that how low we've come? Okay, I think we should go around with overall opinions. Lawrence, what did you think?
I enjoyed it. It was a very actiony movie, obviously. Very video game-ish. I kept waiting for button prompts to come up so I could like press A and have him run, and it never came. And I was like, oh, right, I'm watching a movie. Would have made a really cool movie if shot in VR.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that. Because, first person, you could experience it yourself with everything that was going on. I thought that would be amazing idea for something that they should do in the future. They should totally patent that and think about that.
I will say this. You said if they do something like this in the future, like on their Wikipedia they bring up that some people thought there might have been a sequel because in the middle of the credits, Jimmy on the intercom said, Henry, I got one more thing I need you to do. And then it ends. Or it keeps going for a little bit. And
that was Jimmy?
That was Jimmy.
So he's still...
That's the thing. There's a mid-credits thing that goes on like that.
But I can't...
Also going off what you said, I think we both thought about BioShock. Specifically to me, the first one. The one where the main character's in Rapture and he's a mute. But he has a backstory that's... I'm not going to say anything if you played BioShock, but if you played BioShock, you will be able to call a lot of story beats. I wouldn't be surprised if the writer for the story was heavily inspired by the 2008 classic, modern classic, in BioShock.
And even if you haven't played BioShock, like, I haven't played any of the BioShocks, maybe like 5 minutes of Infinite.
Shame.
But yeah, I'm sorry. I just haven't. But I could tell it was video game-esque, and... If you watch the movie, like the main villain, when he starts throwing people around with like the Force, I'm like, oh, okay. Why do I feel like I'm supposed to be controlling anybody right now? It really makes you feel like you're supposed to be playing this, and especially I think the first person view helps with that. Because I mean, it's just like most video games. You're sitting there, you're doing everything, reacting to what's right in front of you.
What did everyone think about Jimmy, the star of the show?
I loved him.
Jimmy was my favorite character. I couldn't understand him at first because he kept popping up. Every time I thought he wouldn't, and then he'd be there again until they explained everything about him. I was like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. But I love Jimmy. He was very humorous.
Yeah, and I feel like we can relate to him more because we don't have a main character in this movie. We have Henry, but we'd never see him. Like, we just see his arms and legs, and we don't have that interaction. Henry doesn't talk. He is the main character interaction, and I'm going to let you speak on that because I know you have an opinion.
Why, can you see my face straining to want to interrupt you? No, the thing is about that, I think it's very apparent that the director wanted us to put ourselves on that character. He's not like... When you look at his full body shot at the beginning, he's just your normal dude. He isn't buff. He isn't fat. He isn't chubby. He's literally just like us. He's like... Well... He's just like me. And he's just like Lawrence if the dude was black. But it's just like we're very normal. Just like we're not too thin. We're not too fat. We're just, here. And so I feel like they wanted us...
parkour.
Huh?
The man can parkour.
What I'm saying is that's more like his cyborg enhancements that are really helping him out there. But I will say this, like, I can tell the director was like, you are this character. And Jimmy is this outlandish character that you would see as a companion in a weird-ass video game that I've seen a couple times.
I love Jimmy. He honestly, and no joke, like, to play all those parts that he did in this movie, he deserves, like, some kind of award for his acting. You know, like, how many accents, how many different character roles he had to play. Like, this man did it all. And he did the action.
I will say this. I felt for Jimmy at the end. I don't know why. His character arc isn't that powerful. But the thing is, it's like, for some reason, his final scene is moving. And I didn't spoil it. I don't spoil what happens to Jimmy, but it's very moving, his final lines, to me.
Well, in that case, do we want to get into spoilers?
One more thing I want to get into.
Okay.
From the small research I did, and it's not surprising to me, they got meddling reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people, not a lot of critics like this movie. There was they said that critics said that it was unique, but not unique enough to warrant its runtime. And also they thought all the characters were super generic. But to me, I thought that was an homage, but it was well done. So I wasn't complaining about it. And so it didn't surprise me when IGN gave it an 8.6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because it's very gamey, and they recognize that in their review. It's like, this is pretty much one part, like, first-person shooter, second part just weird indie game BS, kind of. I just got that. But is there anything else anyone want to bring up besides spoilers?
Can we talk about the CG? Like, there was a lot.
It's really good, and by the way, this was done on a budget of $2 million. It made more than 3 times that back.
Huh.
Well, actually, more than 4 or 5 times, I think.
Okay, impressive. But yeah, I mean, the CG was really, really good. There's so many parts where you're just watching, like, oh, that looks like it's actual effects, but some in there gives me a reason to believe it's CG. And there was one scene.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, you even brought it up to me. It is blatantly obvious it is CG. When he gets a grenade launcher, he goes into a room, and all the smoke pops up, and I'm like,
no, and the thing is, it's going at a weird frame rate compared to the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
So it looks like they literally took like a graphics engine and had the graphic for the grenade launcher twist at a certain degree, and it just looked like cheesy early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like, you know what we're talking
which
about?
I think they probably did.
It's after he leaves a certain elevator after a certain character. Spoiler, can we go into spoiler?
Yeah, I was going to spoiler.
After Jimmy dies, he goes into a room with a grenade launcher, and it just looks so bad.
Yeah.
It looks like the graphics you see at a bowling alley when you make a strike.
And I feel like they were trying to make it more video game like. Because, I mean, there was the CG that was a little crappy, and it's like a first-person shooter almost. But then there was also the audio effects. Like, there's one guy, when they're leaving the Jimmy's lab, and they're fighting that horde of, what's it, ARP? Or whatever the company is. They're fighting all those guys, and it's just like the generic, ah! And I'm like, I've heard that effect so many times.
You're talking about the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
Yes.
It had a lot in this movie.
Yeah, they had a lot of generic effects, and I kind of liked it. I was glad they did that because it just made it simple, and it's like, oh, I recognize that. That's funny. I know exactly what's happening.
Anytime the Wilhelm scream is used, it's meant for hilarious effect.
Yes.
It is the best part of any of those movies. I'm like, oh, there's generic Wilhelm scream guy. There he goes. It's fantastic. Yeah. But
so, spoilers. What did you guys think whenever Jimmy revealed that he was all these people, and they had a dance and musical number?
That was a fantastic scene.
That was amazing.
I love that scene.
Yeah, this whole movie is just saved by Jimmy. But I feel like the rest of the characters add their own charm to the stereotypical evil guy with terrible hair, because of course he does.
Yeah.
Like the twist with the wife, which I saw coming. You heard me. I saw it coming a mile away because I played BioShock.
He told me this morning he saw it. And I was like, okay.
I never trusted from the beginning because it's too good to be true. And then also BioShock.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing for me. Never forget Andrew Ryan. Never forget Andrew Ryan.
I never met him.
Andrew Ryan is a character in BioShock. You have
never
to
played
play.
it.
You need to. That's video game
But
homework at this point.
Anyways, yeah. So what have we learned from this? Jimmy is best boy. It's a great movie, and the action in this, it doesn't stop. This thing keeps you on edge.
Cool. But rating? Do we still rate here?
Yes. Wow, you've been gone one episode.
What? Okay, Lawrence.
I would give it an 7.5 to like an 8.5. It was really good in my opinion. I loved the non-stop action. I loved the video game feel of it. I really liked the first-person shooting. I thought that was a really cool, really unique thing to do, especially the way they did it. I haven't seen that in a movie yet. Still haven't seen it in a movie since. I would like to see that again if they did the cards right. Actually, let me rephrase that. I've seen it in one other movie, and that was Doom. And I loved it in Doom, and I liked it in this movie.
8.7.
8.7. Wow. Didn't know we were going that exact.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 8.0.
Wow. Okay, the reason why I think it's great enough for an 8.5, but I feel like it deserves the little bit of extra praise for its creative, like, stunt work, like, cinematography. It needs that extra push for me to show that it's like, I don't think it's just a basic 8.5 out of 10 action movie that's just really fun. It has a little bit of, like, inventiveness to it. So I'm going to add a bit. And you should watch it. It's on Netflix. You hear me? It's on Netflix. You should watch it. You should watch it.
No, I'll agree with you on that. Like 8.5 now, because I mean you gotta think they did non-stop action with a low budget. It was amazing that they were able to keep up with ideas of new stuff in action, new stuff to keep you on the edge of your seat and want to watch it. So for them to do that and be limited to first-person view, I applaud the director of this. Very well done. Very good movie. 8.5.
Well, guys.
It's good having you back, Brandon.
I know. Good times. Good times had by all. Who are you?
You know, we never mentioned the fact that you're in pajamas. This is our house.
Catholic school hype. No,
I have no shoes. This is our house. We're okay.
But I guess goodbye, guys.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.